Visit Pokemon Card Market and buy Pokemon cards from base set up to latest evolution set with best prices, secured system and easy handling. Only for European players. How's it going, guys? Once again, welcome back to Pokemon TCG Center. In today's video, we're looking at Azumaril deck featuring evolutions that I actually decide to build for the standard format. So this is definitely a pure budget build, as you can see. And basically, it features Azumaril with recovery, who can actually be healed by double the amount healed. So if you play Center Lady, you can remove 120 damage from it. But that Dwindling wave can strike for 100. And basically, with Giovanni scheme in play, you can go for 120. Which means that if you have one of these evolutions in play, you can strike for 240, or actually 220, or 240, whatever. It's going to be enough for the one-hit knockout against popular EXs in format like a Giratina EX, like a Darkrai, not a Darkrai, he's weak on the fighting, but like Volcanion, like Evoltal EX, so you can pretty much easily strike those decks for the one-hit knockout. Even Skeptal can be one-hit knockout with this baby. Also, for example, Jirachi with the Stardust can help us a little bit to buy a time, maybe to set up another attacker, because it's a very good card. It's a Stardust. It can help us against those annoying Violet Plume locks where our opponent actually is allowed to item lock us and even attack lock us with the Glaceon, so that we can just use Jirachi and pretty much make some problems to him, especially if he does not have a journey around. So 16 Pokemon, 34 trainer cards, and 10 energies, 60 cards in total as usual. 2 Eevees, 1 of each evolutions, Flareon, Jolteon, and Vaporeon. 4 copies of Marills and 4 copies of Azumarill as our main attacker. 1 support attacker is Jirachi, and 1 line of the Remoraid. And Octillery, I decided to go with the Remoraid with the Iron Pool because I think it's a very good card, and it actually can help a lot, especially because it can discard any stadium card from play. I decided to go with 4 copies of Fairy Garden, for example, in this build because maybe it's overkill, but 4 copies of Fairy Garden, it's pretty much to have that option for free retreat. Somehow I think it's very, very important. So in addition to that, 4 copies of Level Ball because pretty much every Pokemon here can be searched with a Level Ball, except for the Azumaril, but there is Evosoda, which can actually help us to grab any kind of evolution, except for the Azumaril. And actually, I didn't play Ultra Balls because, I feel somehow maybe that Evosoda might be a better because I just don't need to discard additional resources from my hand. And it's in my opinion a little bit better, but of course a little bit riskier. Special Charge ×1, 2 copies of Super Rod, and then 4 copies of Seeker. From supporter line, of course, I'm running 2 copies of Brigette because with the Brigette I can easily basically set up. Then I can take Giovanni scheme for extra 20 damage. Of course, a Hex Maniac is a way to go because with the Hex Maniac I can shut down Greninja's abilities, but I can also shut down those team ups and any other powerful ability that can be in play. A single Lysandre, 4 copies of N, 1 Center Lady because it can heal some damage. Pokemon Ranger ×1, to be able to attack those Glaceons or be able to attach special energies in case of the Chaos Wheel. 4 Sycamores, and then I mentioned it earlier, 4 copies of Fairy Garden. I mean, I decided to go with the 4 copies of Fairy Garden, but easily can be replaced maybe for -1. In addition to maybe add 1 copy of Ultra Ball or even 3rd Evosoda for more Azumarils in play. More than that, XP share ×2, and 4 copies of Double Course Energies and just 6 Fairy Energies, which means 60 cards in total for this build. So definitely very, very interesting deck. One pure budget build that can actually mess those powerful Tier 1 decks in the format. So let's do some game tests so you can actually see the action. So see you in the game. Okay, let's call the heads. Let's call the heads. Unfortunately, it's tails, so it's my turn. Let's see, no basic Pokemon for me. Alright, so Hopefully I can open with the Brigette turn 1. Hopefully. Okay, there's a Brigette turn 1, so right now this looks a little bit better. Because I can basically get that Brigette turn 1, set up down my bench, and maybe even turn 2 be able to attack. So definitely Stardust Jirachi is something that I need. One more Marill. Energy is going to be attached down to my Marill, and after that I'm just passing my turn. Okay, so one Ultra Ball, probably for the Hoopa EX. I will be surprised to see nothing less by the Hoopa. Can he somehow knock out my Marill turn 1? Well, in theory, with couple Max Elixirs and crazy double course energy, he can do that. Okay, so still waiting for that Ultra Ball. Sycamore and Darkness Energy discarded. Would love to see if there is going to be Hoopa or something else. Okay, there is Drowsy. One Darkness Energy. More than that, one Chaos Tower. And one V-Seeker for Professor Sycamore. At least one V-Seeker is already discarded, so kinda like that. That's for sure, because it's a one less Lysandre in the game, I guess. Okay, Ultra Ball for the Lysandre. That's definitely good. Another Darkrai. There's a Max Elixir. Will there be Darkness Energy? Nope. Okay, that's definitely good for me. And it's my turn, so my top deck is gonna be just a Lysandre. Boo! Okay, at least I can Lysandre my opponent. Attach one double course energy down to my Marill, and go with the Tackle for 10. Alright, so going Tackle for only 10 is not what I was hoping for, but there's Giovanni scheme for my opponent. One Trainer's Mail. Really like to see Giovanni scheme for some extra draw support. Still I can survive for maybe one more turn, but definitely I need something bigger. Even one Level Ball might help me a little bit here, because then I can get myself something like Octillery. Even Evosoda might not be that bad, because I can get Marill into Azumaril and I can strike with 100. That's not going to be the best thing in the world. Still, I would probably just stick with my Octillery and a Beazle Hand. Overall, it's much better for me to get Octillery and a Beazle Hand. There is one good night babies, of course. He can put me down to sleep, and luckily I managed to wake up. Since I managed to wake up, speaking about Level Ball, I just managed to get it. So right now, hopefully I can bring something big here. Something like maybe even Professor Sycamore for 7. But actually N might be a little bit better. Okay. So N for 6. There's another Marill and Eevee. Definitely like that, because right now I can get myself Jolteon in play for those Shamans. More than that, I can get Evosoda for Azumaril, and basically I can strike with my Twin Light a wave for the 100. And next turn his Darkrai in theory can be knocked out, so I'm definitely happy. I'm definitely happy. There's one Float Stone attached to Darkrai. He can have it for a treat. There's a big Hoopa EX. I still don't see Shamans. Maybe Shamans are prized in this game. Who knows? There's a Giratina with the Chaos Wheel, so he can just tries to bring those Double Dragon Energies, try to lock my Azumaril, but the problem is that Giratina is actually weak, and it can be one-hit knocked out with Giovanni scheme without bigger problems. So, Ultra Ball for the Drowsy. There we go. And the last card is Professor Sycamore. Okay, this looks pretty good. This looks definitely good, and one Max Elixir, Double Dragon Energy. It's also going to be very powerful because then he will have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 energies in play. That's going to be 110 minus 20 is going to be 90. So still he's not going to be capable to one-hit knock on my Azumaril. Which means that I can still... Oh, one more energy attached down to his Darkrai. So he definitely wants to go with the Goodnight Babies and the one-hit knockout here. Well, that's even good. That's even better, I guess. To respond to that, I definitely need Stadium so much in play. 150, totally forget about Hypno. I guess it's time for Marill with the DC that became active one. It's time to play Super Rod. Okay, there's a Fairy Garden, very powerful top deck to be honest. A very, very powerful top deck. Super Rod to recycle back Azumarill, Marill, and Energy. I wish I had that XP share, but I didn't. One Abyssal Hand for 3. Come on, give me the Azumarill and the Energy. Well, no Azumarill. But at least there is Energy card, and I can end. But I even have better idea in my mind. Which is gonna be Lysandre, which is gonna be Giratina with the Chaos Wheel, since it has that Fury Belt attached, and it's gonna be roll out for 40. I mean, yeah, 40. Next turn I can knock it out. I mean, all I really need is just a Azumarill, and I can take 2 prize cards here. If he bring Olympia, probably I'm gonna regret that. His Hypno will not be a big problem for me, I guess, because I can just evolve and remove special condition. So I'm gonna be fine. He just took single prize here. The game is still a long way to go. That is for sure. I just need to keep my eyes on the V-Seekers and the Lysandres that he played. The good thing is that he already played 3 copies of Sycamores in this game. And I'm not 100% sure will he be able to recover. Because he only have 15 cards left. Okay, one more Max Elixir. Oh, and a Chaos Tower, okay. Super Rod for a couple more energies. Alright, definitely good because he can have bigger option. Oh, Professor Sycamore. Okay, he had N, and he didn't decide to go with N. Well, that's the reason, because he can always later use V-Seeker for N. Second Hypno just entered the play, and Goodnight Babies. So he just decided to put me asleep mode. Alright. Double Dragon Energy attached. Okay, so I didn't wake up. I just need Azumaril here. Guess I can take the risk, but I'm not sure if I should risk here or I should just knock him out. Well, there's just another Marill. I can go with my N, definitely, because I need first Azumarill in order to be even able to retreat. More than that, I guess I can just even win this game by decking out my opponent, but the biggest problem is what will gonna happen if he drops Switch. So I just simply need to start be aggressively here. That's just pretty much it. More than that, I can get myself with the Level Ball, something like a Jolteon. It's a one less card in my deck, and it will also have that free retreat. Let me see. I'm just going with my... It's very hard to think. It is very hard to think. Should I go with my Dwindling Wave for the one-hit knockout? But then I'm taking the risk being knocked out back. Well, let's just go with the Dwindling Wave. It's gonna be 200. It's gonna be 2 prize cards for me. I simply need XP share, which I don't have, so XP share is the way to go in this match. Again, I need to counter his Darkrai here, and basically right now Darkrai can one-hit knock out my Azumaril. 20, 40, 60, 80, 120, 130, he can go for 110, even I have that minus 20 resistance. My best bet is to play a couple Lysandres, maybe try to buy a turn. I don't know if he have V-Seeker sitting in his hand. His hand is huge. He have like a 6 cards in his hand. And if I just decide to go with my Stardust, Jirachi, that might not be the best play, I guess. But maybe I could just play on the deck out here. There's a Dark Pulse for 110. Again, I'm going to put my Jolteon in the active spot, and I'm going to play my V-Seeker for N probably this turn. Well, there's a nice top deck, which is a Special Charge. Let me just see something. I need to attach my energy on my Marill, that is for sure. More than that, I can Abyssal Hand first for 1. And that 1 card is going to be just a DC, and after that I can just go with my N. Getting N here will just put my opponent down to 4, will also put me down to 4, but still I can get a couple more resources here, I guess. There's just another Super Rod. Is it time to play that Super Rod right now? I guess it's not. I guess it's even not time yet to evolve here, so I could go for 10 with my Stardust Jirachi. Somehow I don't feel this is going to be the smartest option to do. So I'm just looking forward to pass my turn. I need to survive without V-Seeker to Lysandre to my Marill. That's something that I actually need to keep here, and nope, there's a V-Seeker for Lysandre. Okay, but at least he wastes 3rd V-Seeker here. Again, I need something big like XP share. I really miss my XP share here because I'm just losing energies. And right now it's definitely time to play Super Rod so I can recover back my Marills and Azumaril. I just need to knock out somehow that Darkrai on the bench, which is not even close easy to do because I'm just without energies in play. Okay, I guess I will just get myself another Azumaril instead of the energy. And I will go with my Abyssal Hand. How many ends I played? 2 of them. Okay, so I have like 2 more left. Alright. Another N. Should better go with the Sycamore. Oh no. Oh boy, no energy card. Which means only one thing. I need to start React here, definitely. And I need to start React so badly. I need to attack with my Stardust Jirachi, unfortunately for 10, because I simply need that energy next turn down to my Marill. But the problem is that he's going to knock me out, and he will go down to 2 prize cards, and I will still need to take like 4. I see my opportunity knocking out one of his Darkrai's and somehow knocking out that Hoopa. Okay, so Sycamore for 7, 1 switch discarded, and right now I see my opportunity Lysandring his Hypno. Definitely I see my opportunity right now Lysandring his Hypno. Okay, that might be a big turnover here. Maybe not. We'll see. I definitely see my chance right now here. Definitely. So I have Lysandre sitting in my discard pile. I don't know how many floatstones he have left. He can definitely go for the one-hit knockout, that is for sure. So 1 energy hopefully will go to my Marill. Since I have Azumaril in my hand, I can just evolve. Okay, Giovanni's scheme is a top deck. That's a very badass top deck. A Beazle hand. Still hoping for the best. And I didn't find what I was hoping for. This is gonna be just a Sycamore for 7. Okay. Oh, there's a V-Seeker. I mean, I can definitely go for Dwindling Wave and 100 damage, but the problem is that I didn't find Lysandre, I didn't even find Ant. He have only 2 cards left, so he probably have double course energy somewhere, so he can pull down his Hypno in case of the Lysandre. Not sure how many darkness energies he have left. Maybe if I can knock out one of his Dark Rays next turn, I can just prevent him from being able actually to one-hit knock out my Azumaril because of the resistance. And that might be a biggest issue here for my opponent, because right now I simply need those 10 extra damage counters, and if I want to play them, I simply need to use my Giovanni scheme to add 20 more damage. But what should I do next turn if he have that Lysandre sitting in his hand? Probably he have, so I mean, I could just go with the end, but then I would be short for 10, and that's just not the option, so I just simply need to go for 120 here, knock out the Dark Ray, and take 2 prize cards here, which is going to be Level Ball and the V-Seeker, so it's all about the last card. If he have that a V-Seeker for Lysandre, then he can just knock me out, but if he don't have, then he can just go with the Goodnight Babies and hope that I'm not going to be able to wake up. Then I can just maybe somehow, nope, there's a V-Seeker for the Lysandre and the game is over. So it was definitely a close game, but the V-Seeker for the Jolteon will actually bring a victory here, and the Dark Pulse will do the job for 100. So it's just exactly enough for the knockout. Without V-Seeker, he probably would not be able to win the game, but with the V-Seeker, he actually managed to win the game, and that's pretty much it. Alright guys, so I didn't have too much time actually to record more footage playing this deck, but I'm definitely happy how the deck works, and it's a very cheap deck, and to be honest, you can build it and try to play with it. I mean, the worst matchup is definitely Darkrai with Giratina, because it can Chaos Wheel, and you simply can't one-hit knock out Darkrai. That's the first problem. The second deck that actually is hard to play against is definitely that Greninja Break. So those 2 decks are actually very hard to beat, but any other deck you can actually win easily against them. Any kind of the fire, any kind of the fire decks, any kind of the decks that are actually weak on lightings, like a Darkrai, like Evil Tall decks, and any other decks like grass decks can easily be beaten by this Azumaril deck. Hopefully, guys, are gonna enjoy watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more future videos. As usual, if you have any questions, don't forget to leave comments below. So yeah, pretty much stay tuned for the more upcoming videos. So till the next time, have a nice day and goodbye.